Hey everybody, today I'm going to review the F2000, an oldie but goodie. Now for whatever reason this wasn't in the base game, unlike Battlefield 3, you need to actually unlock this with the Second Assault DLC. Now if you do have the DLC and you're at least rank 10, this is how you do it. You get an assault rifle ribbon, which is just 6 kills with any assault rifle, 10 kills inside the metro, which is basically here and the place where if you play any domination or whatever here, you're going to get at least 10 kills. This is just a clusterfuck. And the second part is the crappiest part. Get 2 kill assist ribbons. That sucks because you basically have to wound people and not kill them. The only way to really get this fairly easy is going to a high ticket server where you're almost guaranteed to get this eventually. Right off you're going to notice something. This gun plays exactly like it did in Battlefield 3, which is a bit good and bad because most of the other guns have actually been buffed a little bit. Like most other assault rifles, this has the same exact damage as almost every other one. 25 maximum and 18 minimum. No surprises there. Fire rate's very nice, 850 rounds per minute, which is the border zone being very, very fast and so fast it's not accurate. And with that damage and fire rate, you're going to have a time to kill about 215 milliseconds, which is fairly good, not the best, but fairly good. And that drop-off start's going to start at 8 meters and actually end at 55 meters, which again, not much of a surprise. It's very similar to many other guns. One thing a bit different than most of the other guns, you're going to notice the reload time. It's a bit slow at 3.9 seconds if it's totally empty, and if you have at least one, it's 2.7 seconds. Definitely not the best at that. But at least it has a normal capacity of 31 with one in the chamber. And the muzzle velocity is actually fairly decent at 600 meters per second and 320 suppressed. Now this gun's strong point is its hip fire. It's excellent. The recoil up is 0.24, so it doesn't climb much on you, but it does go a little bit side to side at 0.4 left and 0.5 right, and first shot multiplier is 3, which isn't very good at normal firing. Vertical recoil is actually fairly easy to control. There's attachments you can use, and it's pretty easy just to pull down a little bit. But side to side is a little bit different. Typically use a compensator. In this gun, sometimes it seems to work well, sometimes I don't like it, but that's exactly what compensator does. It helps your left to right movement, whereas your muzzle brake is more so that first little bit of kick upright. And suppressor is not a bad suppressor on this, and Battlefield 3 was excellent, but in this game, it's not quite the same. One thing you should look into is the heavy barrel. It actually helps all around, but I typically don't use that myself. Now, as far as grips, either you want to go with the ergo grip, because if you're going to have a gun with excellent hip fire, that just helps it some. Or you might actually want to go with the angle grip, since it helps that first shot recoil, which is fairly strong in this weapon. And of course, good hip fire, it's got to put a laser on it, just to make that a little bit better. Now, when you unlock it, you're going to notice something. This gun comes with a very, very odd scope on it. This is the actual scope that comes on the weapon in the actual real life, but it's also gigantic and blocks much of your view, especially when you're looking down the sights. I really don't suggest using it. It's not bad for aim fire. Its zoom is 1.6, which is a bit odd because there's no other ones like that. I know some people do like ACOGs, but I suggest turning to iron sights immediately, or as soon as you get a red dot of any kind, use that. Now, after hundreds of kills with this gun, I've got to say something. There's nothing this gun actually excels at. And at the same time, I love it. I use it all the time. It's actually my best weapon. I don't know why. My accuracy is the highest. My kills per minute is the highest. But actually the AEK and a couple other guns perform better all around. This gun seems like in no way it could actually be better than something like, again, the AEK, or if you want something very close range, the FAMAS. But at the same time, I perform very well with this gun. Now that could be in part, I usually play this on very close maps, say like Metro for instance, where you unlock it, which fits it very well. Because this gun, you don't really want to use it at distance. The accuracy is just not there. And at medium distances, it's not that great. You really want to stay close and really get in there. But again, the AEK was probably a better choice in almost every situation, other than where maybe hipfire is concerned. And the FAMAS is much better at very close range. And that recoil is fairly rough, getting control of it distance, and at the same time, the reloads being fairly poor. You don't want to be caught out in the open having to reload because it will get you killed. Now for guns that have a long reload and very good at close range like this and say the FAMAS, the best thing I tend to do is go in there and shoot 1 or 2 people and then run away as I try to reload around a corner. That way when I get my reload done, usually they're very, very close at that point, and I can blow them away with my fast fire rate. And you really want to stay out of those long range engagements because usually somebody with an ace is going to take you out, or M416. You're not much of a match typically against them. Although with a little bit of practice and a little bit of luck, you can take out guys at medium ranges fairly easy. But the long ranges, you're typically just going to be assisting somebody else. Since this gun's hipfire is excellent, and I really do love my hipfire, I typically use this gun quite a bit. I loved it in Battlefield 3. I'm really liking it in Battlefield 4. I know it's not the best in pretty much any way in this game, but again, I do better with this than I do with any other weapon. And you know something? I don't care what statistics say about a gun. If some guns work for some people, some don't for others. This gun really fits my playstyle. I really do enjoy it. I don't care if it's the best on paper. I love it. But like most other weapons, you need to play it to its strengths and learn its weaknesses to do well with it. And a good, seasoned, well-informed player can do well with any weapon in this game. It's not that hard as long as you know its strength and its weaknesses. If you enjoyed my video, I really appreciate a like, and please subscribe. And here I got an SR2 review, and I got another volume of my wins, fails, and what the fuck.